Hey everyone, welcome back to Toyota. My name is Josh and today I've got another how-to segment for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to adjust the brightness on your dashboard as well as your touchscreen, or otherwise known as multi-informational display or the multimedia display. To demonstrate, we have a 2025 Toyota Rav4 Hybrid XSE. Now, I had a couple questions about this, particularly, well, one, I hope it was helpful, but now we're going to have a video on it. A lot of times when it gets dark outside, if you have automatic headlights or you flip it to headlights, doesn't go into a dark mode, which it's supposed to. And I'm going to show you how to make that adjustment as well. So, but first off, let's get started and we're going to hop in. I'm going to show you what buttons and actually little switches we're going to be using. In between the door and the steering wheel, you're going to see this row of buttons right here. Now, this is an XSE, just like I said, so it's going to have quite a few more buttons than a lot of the models will. But what you're going to be looking for is this here. So what this does, and to demonstrate, I've got my headlights on. You don't need to have it. It doesn't need to be dark outside to see how this works. But you'll notice my headlights are on. But yeah, I'm still in a light mode, right? With that, if you do want it to swap when your headlights turn on, all you got to do, if you go back down here, you're going to notice that there's a little dot. So if you have it on this dot, it's max brightness all the time, and it keeps in a daytime mode. To switch it, you just got to move it down. So hear that little click right there? When it clicks, you're in max brightness. Now if I move it down just one, still max brightness, but it'll switch into a dark mode. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to click it there. I'll show you here on the screen. If I go down just one, now it'll go into a dark mode. And you'll see it does it on the dashboard as well. Now if I move it down further, you can see I can reduce the brightness even farther on the dashboard itself. So oddly enough, this doesn't reduce the brightness on the multimedia display. So you'll see change there, doesn't change there, if you guys can see that. I'll just back up a little bit. Now, hope that part was helpful. I know we get a lot of questions on that. I've had family members as well that were kind of lost on that one. But if you want to change the brightness on here, you can still do that. And you can also keep it locked into a dark mode all the time without adjusting this over here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now this has the bigger screen, has a 10-inch. It'll work on the smaller ones as well. So it's going to look the exact same. This is just bigger. First thing, you're going to have to go down to the settings tab, which is on the bottom left. And you just scroll down a little bit and you're going to go to display. Now the first one that's going to pop up is going to be screen. And you're going to see, oh man, you can actually, I'll go over that too, but screen, you're going to see you got a bunch of settings right here. If you want to just turn this off, you can just press display and it turns your screen off. So if you don't want that on at all, and then you just touch here in the middle to get it turned back on. Now you'll notice on the side here it says automatic, so it's based on time and ambient light. Now to demonstrate that change, I've actually got a little thing covering the sensor up here. So you'll notice I'm going to switch it back so it'll switch by itself. But you'll see the headlights are on. It's going to take just a second for it to update. In fact, I'm going to close the door. So headlights just turned off. If I put this over here so we can cover that sensor, headlights are going to turn on here in just a moment, and then you're going to see this going to turn into a dark mode here in just a second. It's going to take a second because we're not actually moving, but yeah, we're just going to speed it up. Oh, no, it already did it. Perfect. So you can see it switched into a dark mode. It also reduced the brightness on the dashboard here. Now, if you want it into a dark mode all the time, you can do that. You just have to turn automatic off. So if I press automatic, now you can see I can keep it in daytime or nighttime, and I can leave it locked in as just a dark mode, right? You'll notice when I did that, it doesn't actually change the dashboard. So that's what I'm saying. If it's in dark mode all the time, you can just adjust the brightness with that little dial down here in the bottom left corner. But it'll stay in a dark mode on the screen, so you see everything here is now dark mode. Then we'll head back to display. and then you can switch it back and leave it in light mode if that's also something that you prefer. Now, one thing to point out too is you can adjust the brightness for this screen as well as the contrast right below this. So your brightness, you can see I can adjust it here, and that'll also work when it's in auto as well as if it's in daytime. So you see I can adjust the brightness of the screen here just like that and put it right back in the middle. Now contrast I can also change, so you can see like that. So it's pretty adjustable depending on how you like it. So we'll put that back in automatic. Yeah, that's a quick how-to on how to put it into a dark mode as well as how to make sure that it makes that transition automatically. Hope that was helpful for a lot of you guys. If you have any more questions like that, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I'm going to get to those comments as soon as possible. We're getting quite a lot of them, so just need a little bit of time to do it. So but anyways, thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one.